Hello, FS Logic here again, and we're on another one called Aapl stock. All right, so we're going to be looking at Aapl. The same thing we've said in other videos. We need to identify the market structure. We need to identify who is in charge of the market, buyers or sellers, then point of entry, right? So here we go. So we're going to do a top-down analysis from the monthly. So the overall chart, what we could see is on the monthly time frame, we could see this. Sorry, stick this here. Let's get this out of the way. Yeah, that's out of the way. So currently now we could see that price is making higher highs, higher low, higher high, higher low, higher high, higher low, higher high, higher low, higher high. Okay, so right now we can see that buyers are in charge of the monthly time frame. Overall analysis on the monthly time frame, buyers have this market. Why do we say so? Because price has currently been making higher highs and higher lows, higher high. So we can also call this a possible higher low. Yes, why? Because it is not lower than this. So as usual, we take our most recent higher high, okay, for the structure, and previous higher low, So for the uptrend, for the monthly time frame, buyers are in charge. You can see that sellers try to bring price down, they could not hold it down, and the buyers took place, and they are in charge of this monthly time frame right now, as you could see. So we go to the weekly. What can we see on the weekly time frame? Okay, we could see that price has been making what? Let's check it out. Let's get this out of the way. So currently here on the weekly, look at the current price because you've analyzed everything from the monthly. So you're just breaking it down now, top down analysis. So from the parts, high, low, lower high, lower low, lower high, lower low. Okay, and a possible lower high. Why? Because it is not higher than this. So currently now what can we see? We can see high, low, lower high, lower low, lower high, lower low. Sellers are in charge of this market. Sellers are in charge on the weekly time frame. So now we spotted buyers on the monthly time frame on Aapl stock. On the weekly, bears are in charge, sellers are in charge. So let's have a change of color for this. Let's do something dark. Okay. There we go. So we've taken our lower high, previous low, most recent lower high, and the previous lower low. So we've identified our structure on the weekly, telling us that bears are in charge, sellers are in charge. So we go to the daily. What can we see on the daily? So let's get this out of the way. What can we see? So when you read the structure, we could see something like this: high, low, lower high, lower low, lower high, higher low, lower high, lower low, okay, lower high, lower low. We have a weekly level here, and we have a kind of situation going on here. So this is not clear. So let's go down to the 4 hours. Hopefully we're going to find clarity. Okay, so we're at the 4 hours. So you can see price has given us clarity. See, this thing is easy if you have the right guide. My mentorship, I give you the best. I make you understand what's going on in the market. There are a whole lot of videos on YouTube and it could get confusing, whom to follow. But this is it here. We'll have a low here. We have a lower high. we have a lower low, sellers in charge. Then we had a higher high, higher low, higher high. So currently, what is happening here? On a 4-hour time frame, bulls are in charge, the buyers are in charge. So we're taking a previous lower high, okay, and a recent lower high and our previous lower low. But if you're following the markets, if you've been following my teachings, you should know that we are supposed to be focused here on the recent structure. You see, you didn't get this. You didn't get this. I did that on purpose. I did that on purpose to see if you're going to catch it. So you're supposed to be focused right here because this is the most recent structure on the 4-hour time frame. Once again, these are the things I teach in my mentorship. Because if you're just following structure, you most likely want to take this level when you have a most recent level here. So that is why mentorship is very, very important. All right. So here we go. Let's change the color so we can have more clarity. What should we choose? Let's choose purple. Purple is better. Purple. Oh, let's make this one be darker, dark purple. Okay. So let's take this one out and let's replace it. So here we go. Can you see this? So now the monthly time frame and 4 hours are in sync. They're in sync. They're saying one thing, bullish. The weekly and the daily the daily didn't give us information right here. So the weekly is talking about bearish. So currently, what are we going to follow? We don't predict, we just follow price. So right now, the monthly is in play. If you have a break of structure, then the weekly level, the weekly zone has taken over. Sellers on the weekly time frame have come into the market. Then we can join them to sell and work with our ratios 1:2, 1:3, 1:4. But currently now we don't predict, we just move with price. So currently now price is making higher highs and higher lows. Okay, probably it's trying to go in with the monthly time frame. All right, the monthly time frame that has, don't forget we had the rejection here. So this just what's going on. Price try to follow the monthly time frame so we can see it on 4-hour time frame. So right now we are just focused on buying. Okay, we are focused on taking buy entries. All right, so we're not going to talk about entries here, but it's the same thing. While price is above this structure, we are buying. So in my mentorship, I'm going to be telling you where we're expecting price to get to. All right, okay, where you have your risk reward ratios. Okay, because now we have a structure here on the weekly, okay, that's telling us bearish, and we have a file structure here. All right, I for one would have caught this entry right from this spot here. I would have got it from here, and I would have been holding my buys probably around here, long position. I should have my buys from here, my SL somewhere around. Okay, so that currently now I should have hit here. I should have hit 1:2, 1:3 from here, almost 1:3. All right, this should have been a good trade for me. You understand? This would have been a good trade for me. That reminds me, talking about trades, what's going on with my GBP USD? Okay, you can see everything. You can see my entry from here. It's live account. You can see my entry from GBP USD. You can see how I've been holding price. Take out this nonsense. You can see I've been holding price. All right. So these are the things I teach you, but there's some analysis here, and there's some things in this video, in this chart, that I don't explain in my videos. So this is the left for mentorship. All right. I go in details in my there's some other things that are not in the videos. So that's reserved for mentorship. The videos are just to highlight and make you understand that there's what we call market structure, understanding buyers and sellers and who's in charge. So that's my time here. I'm FS Logic. Please like, share, subscribe, comment. I'm going to read it. I'm going to respond. Share to your friends, support the channel, and we're on to the next one. Thank you.